We're gonna start by heading off to the garage. Can you hear Pink? Oh, he just decided to open the door himself. So this is where I put all of the items that have already been listed on my website. And what we're gonna do is upcycle some of the stuff that has not sold. So I'm gonna look through all of this. One thing for sure we're gonna do, geez, this has been sitting here for quite some time, is this book rack stand. And then there is a, sorry, there's like a Croc all the way back there that I've had on the website forever. We are gonna transform that. I grabbed a book and I might grab one more thing. So let's see what I can find. For first flip, I am going to use the feather and wing mold, and then I'm going to use my Fabric Cast 50/50. It works exactly like Amazing Resin, except it is way more cost effective. It is in my Amazon store link in the description box. It's a 50/50 ratio. You mix it up for about 30 seconds, and then you pour it into your molds. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes to dry, but I'm gonna go ahead and set mine aside. I'm gonna take this hymnal that I got. I did list it on my website. I thought it was the coolest color, had never seen one like this, but unfortunately it didn't sell. So I'm not doing anything with the pages. I still want it to be a hymnal. I am just going to upgrade the cover. So I'm gonna take some vintage linen and I'm gonna mix some salt wash in there to create some texture. I'm gonna grab a chippy brush and then I am just gonna do a messy coat on the front and the back. I don't even care about getting the inside like lip of the hymnal because it all goes together in the end. Then for my second coat, I'm gonna go over, and this is where I'm going to stipple on the salt wash. You can already see the texture that's forming because of that, and that is what I'm looking for. With that same salt wash mixture, I'm just taking a light amount of it and then coating my wings just to give it a base coat. We're gonna play around with some of the painterly colors by DIY, and I am choosing these three colors. To be honest, I don't know the names, so I'll put them in the description box. The first color, it was kind of hard to get out, and then this second one squirted out so fast, and I was like, whoa, this neon green is not what I was going for. So I put in a third color, mix that around, add a little bit more, and then I do end up adding a little bit of old 57 to this. I was looking for almost like a bright greenish turquoise patina looking color. I don't know if I achieved it, but I like the outcome. So now I'm just going to paint this on to my wings. I didn't add any salt wash to this mixture. This is just the paint by itself. I'm going to do the same thing for the other wing. And now I'm going to take Summer Crush, just a tiny bit, and we're going to mix it with just a smidge of layered chocolate. I'm trying to get a rust color that I'm happy with, and this worked out very well. I'm gonna grab my little paintbrush and I am going to, I kind of like dry brush it, but not really. I dab the excess off on the paper towel, and then I'm gonna go over both of the wings with my paintbrush to create a little kind of like rust old look. That's what I'm going for. I also grab the liquid patina in Pennies from Heaven. This is going to be a copper looking liquid patina, and I'm going to put that sporadically on my wings as well. I keep on wanting to say feathers. I'm going to clear everything with the liquid patina, the clear. After that dries, I come in with DIY's dark wax. This stuff is so buttery smooth. It makes me so happy. I take a microfiber cloth and I wipe the excess off. I want these to look grungy and dirty. And then we're going to go ahead and let those set up. And then I'm going to clear the book with liquid patina We're gonna come into my room real quick. I have some costume jewelry. Once upon a time, you guys, I used to manage retail. And I wore some like humongous like watches, jewelry, all that stuff. And I was like, I wonder, and I think I do. Yes. I don't have any costume jewelry like downstairs, and I want to put something in between the feathers. So I was like, you know what? I might have like something, gosh, if my camera would focus, upstairs that might, yeah, like this. Come on, camera. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, your focus. Like something like that, I'm thinking. And I could cut the backing off. I'm not going to wear these like probably ever again. Oh, or look at, oh, that one might, oh, but I don't know. Maybe I would wear these because they're turquoise. But you know, if they go with the piece enough, I might just give them up. Here's like a flower. I don't think the flower would look good. This could look good like this way, maybe. What are these? Those are the black. No. These are pretty. Okay, so I don't know if I'm willing to give these up. Yeah, nope. Okay, so we're gonna try these out and see. That. I'll have to see what earring I chose because it definitely wasn't any of the ones that I showed you. It's the one to the right of the book. So I'm gonna position my wings on to our book cover, and I'm going to use a ruler to keep a straight line so I know where to place it. And then I do put that earring in the middle. That way I know exactly how far apart to keep my wings. I cut the post of that earring off using wire cutters. And just like I did with the wings, I'm using Titebond wood glue and then some hot glue, and I'm going to adhere that right in the middle. And of course, it would not be a Sammy project if I did not add more. So I am taking the apothecary stamp. I am going to stamp on to some of my pillowcase remnant, and I am going to stamp Rejoice on there. I'm going to fray it up just a tad bit, and then I'm going to take my hot glue and we are going to attach that to the book. Now, the wings looked so grungy and the book cover was so white, I just couldn't leave it like that. So I am going to take my dark and decrepit dust and I am going to rub that on the book. Now, usually I would put clear wax on and then the decrepit dust just so it has something to grab onto. But I seriously don't think this is going to be an issue. It is on there. It is clinging to all of that salt wash texture. And I'm going to do that on the front and the back of the book. And here is how our hymnal turned out. So again, we did not damage the book by any means on the inside. I just updated the outside, gave it a little bit of new life. Maybe it will now sell. And I think this is beautiful. And remember, you can use your own color palette, what matches your home, what maybe your friend may like if it's a gift. Options are endless. So here's the Croc nobody wanted, and I think it's freaking amazing. Look at it. It's so old. Oh, there's stuff inside of it. But since nobody bought it, we're going to decorate it, and then maybe it'll sell. Who knows? Let's get started. We're going to take a sheet from the Joie des Roses transfer that was a part of the IOG spring release. Now, this transfer is actually a humongous transfer, like one piece, but you do not have to use the transfers the way they come. So I am taking this sheet and I am going to cut all of the stuff out that I do not want on there. I'm focusing on the bird and the florals in this piece. Once I get that where I want, I did clean the crock, by the way, crock or jug, whatever you want to call it. I did decide out of some of the remnants that there's this little rose, so I decided to stick that on there before putting the bigger piece on there. And this is how you would layer your transfers. So I am just pushing that down with the little plastic stick that comes with all of your transfer booklets, and then I will burnish that on there. I don't even care about the little piece because it'll be covered. Okay, now the bigger image. So all of the transfers have a little bit of tack to them. So it is going to cling to this like glossy finish of this jug. And I am going to start on one side and work my way over to the opposite side. You're going to see me reposition this, and I'm going to use that little plastic stick, and we are going to push down on that transfer as we are lifting the carrier sheet up. Now, what I love about this transfer is that it naturally, like the image itself has cracks in it. That's like a part of the illustration. So as I was going around my curved surface, it started kind of cracking a little bit, but it just all went. So now I'm going to burnish that in. That's what you see me doing here. This is making sure that that transfer is adhered to the surface and no pieces are sticking up. Now I want to seal that transfer onto that jug. So I am taking DIY's clear wax and I am buffing that on really, really good. So I'm going to do that over the entire image. And then I go back over with a clean paper towel so that I can buff all the wax off of that glassy part of the jug. And look at this transformation. You guys, so easy, but just using that transfer sheet completely transformed it. Even that huge chip in the jug like matches perfectly with the bird. And this ended up being my favorite transformation of all of the ones today. It is gorgeous and it goes perfectly with the color of this jug. I love it. And now I don't know if I'm going to keep it or sell it now that I did this. We're going to take these. I think they're cobblestone shoe forms. They're like, sorry, over here trying to take the tag off. Cast iron, and they're really cool, but you know what? They never sold on my website. So I actually saw Bree from Upcycle by Bree post a listing, and I don't even think she's making a video. I think it was just like she posted like, you know, that they were for sale on her website, and she staged them beautifully, and I was like, I want to do that. So that is what we are going to do. I got these for $2.98 at Salvation Army. So let's get started. I'm going to start by taking some of the green floral foam, and I am going to kind of cut this down to size, but I don't want it too small. I want it to firmly fit in there so that I do not have to use any kind of hot glue in the actual cobble mold. If I don't have to hurt the item, I do not want to. So I'm going to do that to both of them. Then I'm going to take the green pieces are from like Dollar Tree florals, and then the blue florals are from some thrifted items that I've taken apart. So I am just going to build inside of this. I don't even hot glue the florals. I mean, you definitely can, but they're not going anywhere. And then I'm going to grab these white little wispy florals. These are also from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to stick those in there. Now, to make these look a little bit more like fairy-esque, that's probably not a word, kind of cottagecore whimsical, I'm going to get reindeer moss, and I am going to go in and hot glue that directly on top of the green floral foam. We obviously do not want that showing. You could also use Spanish moss as well. That's an option. Or if you don't care about the mold, you can just fill it with hot glue and put your florals. But what an easy flip. Thank you, Bree, for the inspiration, because maybe these will now sell. I love the blue vintage flowers with all the greenery, and I think that these definitely were given new life. And if somebody purchased them and wanted to use them for a different purpose, they can easily take out that floral foam and repurpose them however they see fit. But I definitely think it was a great way of upcycling these molds for sure. Now we saw this one, this book holder needed a lot of cleaning. So we cleaned it first, and then we're going to open up our JRV Cottage Color in Juniper. Now the JRV Cottage Colors are an all-in-one. So not an all-in-one. They're a paint and a top coat in one. I will say though, they do take 2 to 3 coats. They aren't like the DIY clay-based paint, as in they're not as, what do you call it? Thick. But you can see here after 2 coats, I did get full coverage that I wanted. However, I thought it needed something more because of all of that detail. So I ended up getting the white linen in the JRV color. That way I don't have to clear this because it has the built-in sealer. And I did a dry brush. I don't know after doing it if it was the right choice. You guys will have to let me know down in comments. I just wanted those details in the leaves to pop. But it also looked good the other way. So definitely tell me down below, you guys, what you think of this book holder. The previous color was not working for it, okay? It sat on the website for a long time. So hopefully this will give it a new opportunity to sell. But you guys, thank you so much for spending your time with me. I hope you enjoyed these upcycles and that it gave you inspiration. And I appreciate you all spending your time with me. Hey everybody, I wanted to give you guys an update because I know I've been silent now for, I don't know, like a week and a half maybe. And thank you so much for those of you who have sent emails. You guys are absolutely amazing, and message, just checking on me, seeing how I'm doing. I have just been going through a lot, just personally, and I guess on YouTube as well. But just being completely transparent, March 30th was the 1-year anniversary of my brother's passing, so that was extremely hard, I guess, leading up to it as well, because he had been in the hospital. I believe it was March 23rd is when he went in, and then when we took him off was March 30th. So it kind of was like a progression of feelings and all of that. And then it happened to be on Easter weekend. And so going through that, and then on Easter Sunday, Everett had been diagnosed with strep the Friday of Easter, and he was prescribed amoxicillin, and I guess it wasn't doing its job. So he ended up getting up to almost 105 fever. Was it 105? It was almost there. And he was burning up. His skin felt like he's on fire. And I have 3 kids. I know what is normal. We've had the flu. We've had things go on. And he was saying he was feeling dizzy, that he couldn't, stand, and, all these things. And I just was like, something isn't right. So we ended up going to the ER that evening. And they ended up saying that the amoxicillin, it was just, the pink one that they usually prescribe to children, wasn't working. So instead of it working and him getting better, it progressed. So he ended up getting the fever. And then that they said that, and I'm not a doctor by any means, I'm just trying to reiterate what they shared, that the fire feeling of his skin, he said, the doctor at the ER said that he had developed, there's a rash you develop when you have a strep if it progresses, and it kind of feels like sandpaper, and it'll cause your skin to feel hot. Even to Everett, he felt he was on fire. And then on Friday, when we had went to the doctors, they had prescribed him an inhaler, and we couldn't get an inhaler at all from anywhere. So they actually were awesome, and they were able to give us an inhaler. And so he had to do that with the breathing treatment. And so it was just a bunch of stuff. They prescribed him a stronger antibiotic, which ended up working. He is better now. He had to take it for 7 days, 3 times a day, 15 milliliters. And you guys, this stuff was gross. I have never smelled anything so bad in my life. That poor kid, I was just so happy that, like, not happy, but like if it had been Everly trying to take that medicine, oh my gosh, it would be like hours before she could even put that down. But he is better now. He's finished with all of like his medicine and everything, and he is doing great. So, so we had that happen. And then, you know, I've just been super discouraged, you know, with YouTube. This is my full-time job, and this isn't the first time you've heard me, you know, say that it's stressful or anything. But you know, I've worked really hard to get my channel where it's been, and I know that I changed courses, and that I went from doing Dollar Tree to what I'm doing now. So I knew there was going to be pushback. I knew that, you know, the views would be different, but I didn't think it would be this bad. So it's really caused me to doubt myself, doubt what I'm doing, get discouraged on, you know, all aspects of things. I'm very grateful for the website and for those of you that support our business, because that is what is keeping me afloat as a business owner right now, when it used to be YouTube. So I'm very grateful for all of you guys that support us by watching my channel and by shopping the website, because that's what's carrying me as of right now. So it's just, you guys, I'm sure many of you could relate that sometimes, you know, like when it rains, it pours, but I'm going to pivot. I'm going to figure this out. You know, I'm going to be a mother of 4 now in July, and I always am learning something new about being a mom and raising children. And then as far as work goes, like, I'll figure it out. Like, I'll keep trying. I'll keep always trying new things, doing what I love. And I appreciate those of you that have stuck through, like, with me through all of my different changes, and that support me and my quirkiness and, you know, all of that stuff. So I just wanted to update you guys, because I know I've been in and out, and I'm trying to be as consistent as I can be with all the things that I have going on. So thank you for watching every time a video comes out. Thank you for commenting, for showing your love and support. And I appreciate you guys so much. So I hope you guys have an amazing weekend with your friends and your family. And I will hopefully be back Tuesday. My dad is visiting right now. He is out for 2 weeks. So we're going to put him to work. We actually, I had him and John bring this back home from the booth to put in Montgomery's room. We actually were able to take out that big bed, put it downstairs. I need to find like a toy bin or something like that for the toys. We need to move that wire. Luckily, she has not touched it. And then they're going to remove the popcorn ceiling in the hallway and the entryway. So hopefully I can make a video on that. And yeah, so thank you guys. I hope you guys have a good weekend. Bye.